Okay, so today we have the specials in Ghost Town. And of course, I was gonna get to the specials at some point here. I wish I got to them sooner, but of course, Terry Hall, lead singer of the specials, he passed away on December 18th, which is, over a week ago now, week and a half ago now. And so, yeah, I've been wanting to get to them. I didn't want to get to them right after he passed because I feel like that's, I don't know, that's ignorant or something. But anyway, I want to get to the specials, see what they're about. People have requested them after I listened to Fun Boy 3. So let's get into them, talk about it after, and let's go. It's cool.
This storm is coming like a ghost town. All the clubs are being closed down.
Spooky.
This place is coming like a ghost town. Bands won't play no more. Too much fighting on the dance floor. This storm is coming like a ghost town. Why must the youth fight against themselves? Government leaving the youth on the shelf. This place is coming like a ghost town. No job to be found in this country. Can't go on no more. The people getting hungry.
Almost like sirens there. All right. So Ghost Town by the Specials. So I also have to say, I know that there's, longer versions and such of this, but I went with the music video, so hopefully the music video doesn't get blocked. But anyway, I just wanted to, watch, the band, I guess. And so, I mean, like I said off the top, this, during the song, I said this was, it sounded cool. It sounded, I mean, creepy in a way, I guess you would say as well. And I have to also say, I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, because one other thing that comes to mind is I pick my favorite songs that I reacted to during the year, and I think this one might have to be added. I mean, my God, that's how much I just have to say at the top that this was just so like mysterious, so again cool, so cryptic in a way, so like doomy. I mean, you could feel impending doom almost. I mean, with their lyrics and such, and that's what I mean. I have to say as well, doing some research on the song before I got into it, to search up some pages and such. Seeing that this is basically about. And I mean, you can get it from the lyrics as well. That this is basically the country was falling apart. I guess basically you could say to the band. And again, I know that Thatcher comes into this as well. People have always mentioned, especially in the comments, because I've listened to so many UK bands who talk about Thatcherism, who talk about the UK in the 70s and the 80s and such. And how it felt like things were not where they should be. Things were falling apart again. And I mean that's another one right here, another song about that kind of thing. And this whole thing of this town is coming like a ghost town. It's just like holy. I mean he's I love the contrast between, I want to say it's Linville Golding who sings mostly the other part, because again the personnel, I guess I'll just get into the personnel, because again the specials I've never listened to them, so I just want to see who's on what. So John Bradbury on drums, Roddy Radiation on guitar, I like that name, Jerry Dammers on keyboards, Hammond organ, and backing vocals, Linville Golding, like I said, on guitar, backing vocals, and then lead vocals on another track, so never mind. Terry Hall on lead vocals and backing vocals, and then Horace Panter on bass, and Neville Staple on vocals. So I mean that's a lot of people. I think that's 7, and but I think Linville was the other one who was kind of like second in line behind Terry here on vocals, and his voice is just so, I mean again, poignant, and the song's poignant obviously, but he has that deep kind of voice. I mean, and I don't know, again it's so strong compared to Terry's kind of more higher voice. It's just, I don't know, it's I mean I hate comparing, but it's something like that reminds me of something like Damon Albarn, when Damon goes higher, because I know that he does have a deep voice, but that's what came to mind as well. Obviously Blur and such came after the specials, but yeah, that's what came to mind, because that's a band that I know. But anyway, and again, when I listened to Fun Boy 3, when I watched the video for their take on what was the song, oh god, hold the phone, Our Lips Are Sealed. I don't know why I couldn't remember that, but when they, did their take on that, Fun Boy 3 did, I talked about how Terry, at least in the music video, he was so just, I don't know, just stood in one place most of the time, and his vocals are so, deadpan, and I just love that so much, and just, the mysteriousness around him. And I mean, I still got that from this video as well, even though, you did see him smile and such during the video, but again, the video did such a great job of, coming across as, like, scary again, it was dark, it was, it seemed, again, kind of doomy and gloomy, and again, that's the whole point of it. I mean, you're talking about, you talk about, riots, you talk about unemployment rates, you talk about, I mean, in the band, I know, coming off of, again, Terry Hall's passing, I saw on Twitter, so many people talk about, I think, because again, a lot of British musicians I follow, obviously I didn't know how many people Terry and the specials and Fun Boy 3, touched. I mean, I was like, my God, I mean, yeah, but anyway, and how they talked about how, this band's stance and Terry's stance on racism was, so huge and influential, and just their politics and everything. I mean, that's what's, just what I've come to, just love about Terry after his passing, what he stood for, and, and how he, and that's one thing that the band, looking at some interviews and such, because again, even before I was watching the song, I just wanted to look at some interviews and such from, of the band and of Terry, and them still talking about, how, they're still, activists and such, and that they still stand up for, other people's rights. And obviously that's what the whole thing about the band was, two-tone ska band, with, interracial band and everything. And I just love everything that was going on here, just not even talking about the music, but just how they were and what they stood for, I guess. So yeah, and I mean, yeah, so like I said, all about the unemployment, the riots, and just everything just shutting down. I mean, I guess, just look at some of the lyrics actually, just, for myself, just to, go through it again, because I was just watching the video just, in amazement, basically. But just off the first verse, and again, I just love Linville's voice, and like I said, and how Terry comes comes in there as well. But this town is coming like a ghost town. All the clubs have been closed down. This place is coming like a ghost town. Bands won't play no more. Too much fighting on the dance floor. So everything, again, just, falling apart. Do you remember the good old days before the ghost town? We danced and sang, and the music played in the boom town. So again, yearning for those good old days when this wasn't like this. This town is coming like a ghost town. Why must the youth fight against themselves? Government leaving the youth on the shelf. This place is coming like a ghost town. No job to be found in this country. Can't go on no more. The people getting angry. And then the outro. I didn't realize there was only 2 verses and then the outro. I guess yeah, the music kind of took over a lot of it. Obviously with the like I said, that organ, and it's just like every instrument on this track was just so poignant and so critical. And again, that bass was just unmissable too from Horace. And I'm just looking back here on the personnel. It's just nuts. I mean, this song was just nuts. And again, like I said, this has to be one of my favorite songs that I've reacted to already. And it's so near the end of 2022. But yeah, that's just what I'm thinking right off the top. Like, holy crap. But anyway, let me just see are there some annotations here on Geniuses? There are. But again, just talking about, the economy, the unemployment rate was soaring. Basically what I said already, people were getting angry under Thatcherism. And it goes on and on about immigration, and, going on about, again, anger was all around. And also, there is just one more thing. People are messaging me. What the heck? Anyway, there's one more thing that I wanted to talk about because apparently it says here, the Specials, this is from Songfacts, the Specials keyboardist Jerry Dammers wrote and recorded this. He said it is about the decline of Coventry, where the band grew up, but it also has a different meaning too. It says the song was written just as 3 band members, Neville Staples, I think it's just Staple, not Staples. It has Staples there. But anyway, Linville Golding and Terry Hall. They were leaving the Specials to form Fun Boy 3. According to Dammers, the song was inspired by the band's split. He said in 2008, Ghost Town was about the breakup of the Specials. It just appeared hopeless, but I just didn't want it to be about my state of mind, so I tried to relate it to the country as a whole. So, I like that. It was kind of like, he didn't want to just, like he said, he didn't want it just to be about him, about what's going on with his life and the band. Make it out to a wider variety of people, to get. And obviously, this is, something relatable that everyone was going through at this time. And they just put such a stamp on what they saw the world as at the time, at least where they grew up, and when they were touring and seeing all the shops closed down and nobody on the dance floor and everything. It's just like Jesus. And obviously, even today, I again watching interviews and such of the band and how they talk still about how the fight's still going on. And and I just, again, like I said, really love everything the band stood for. Really loved Terry Hall. Just the only couple songs I've heard from him now. But again, he just has such a mysteriousness to him anyway when he was singing. And again, in music videos and such, he was just, I don't know, you're just, your eyes are just drawn to him. I don't know. And again, he was a good looking guy, I have to say, at least, back in the 80s here. And again, recently too. He was, again, he was, that's the whole point again, he just, your eyes were drawn to him, at least for me anyway, at least in the video. And anyway, I just liked them in the car, just driving around and such. It's just so, again, poignant, so important and critical for a critical single for the time as well. So, and it did go to #1 in the UK. So, obviously people felt it. So anyway, glad I got to the Specials. I hate that I got to them after Terry Hall's, sudden passing. That's happened before as well when I reacted to people, and then I wanted to react to a band and then their singer passed, and I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, so yeah, it always sucks, when, those circumstances, but anyway, so rest in peace to Terry Hall. Like I said, this band, the only, song I've heard from them was this one, but holy crap, it was great. And again, I'm coming to love two-tone ska, and my God. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all this stuff. Thanks for the request, and hopefully you guys have had a good 2022, had a good Christmas, all that stuff. And anyway, I'll see you guys again soon.